Dear friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to continue Bandit series on the OverTheWire platform. Before we go ahead, I'd like to emphasize the importance of hands-on practice again. Just I stated many times, the best approach to improve our skills, or whatever cybersecurity or Linux or anything else, is to do hands-on practice, is to do, hands-on practice as many as possible. We need to make our hands dirty or wet, okay? So that's all I'd like to point out for you guys. And here's some description for this level 8. This is what I'm going to do in this video. The password for the next level is stored in the file data.txt next to the word meanings. Another thing I'd like to share with you again, if you have already followed my channel, I'm recording the video. It's not just walking through the level or the machine. I will introduce techniques as many as possible and explain the major techniques as much as I can. Okay, so now we can head over to Linux. Now we need to SSH to the target. Let's get the command. As before, we need to explicitly specify the port number by the option of -P, because here, or this level, or this series uses unusual port number, trap 20, not a default one. So now we can press enter. Now we can paste it in here and hit enter. Now we are in the target machine. Maybe we can clear the screen because now the cursor is at the bottom. We can press keys Control Shift at the same time L. Now we can get a bigger space on the screen. We can use the LS. For me, I always use the ALH option to retrieve or to display directory content. Okay, and this is the file what we are surrounding, okay, or what we are working on. Also, if you don't know where the data or target data.txt file is, we can use the find command, and we can start our search from root on the system, and then followed by the name. File name is data text, and then we can use the type option to specify the type, because here we want to look for file rather than directory, so we can use the file. Then we can press enter. A lot of output, which also includes many errors. Permission denied. If you do not want to see such many errors, we can use redirect operator. Let me show you. And let me get the previous command by upper arrow key on the keyboard, and then we can use the redirect or angled bracket. This is the special operator in Linux, and we want to redirect standard error. Here 2 stands for standard error. If you want to redirect both standard output and standard error to the file or device, we can use the AND, okay, AND symbol. Also, you can, if you just want to retrieve the standard output to file or device, you can use 1, okay. I think I've already explained it clearly. This case, I want to redirect error to a special device, now device, and to avoid to see so many errors, or I'd like to slow them off. Okay, so now we can press enter. Now it's the output is much cleaning. Okay, it is much cleaner. Sorry, and although there's some files in different paths or different locations, because now we are the current user is Bandit 7, so I think this is what we want. So now we can go. We do not need to change directory. Okay, let me run the command ls again. So from the size, we can tell that this file is a bit big. Considering the file type is a text file. Okay, and if you want to use the cat, you can get many lines of output, and the password should be located somewhere in this file. Okay. Also, you can use the do command or disk usage to display the size of the file. Okay. B here means bytes. Okay. And now we can press enter. For this is the text file. With respect to text file, this size is a bit big. Okay. And also, if you want to, actually in some cases, another very important point I'd like to share with you is that very often the guys look at the extension, and if the extension is txt, naturally think this file must be text file. I think this is wrong. Okay, to get the actual file type, we can use the file data, and then we can get this is indeed is text file. Okay, now, so how to retrieve the password for the next level? We can use another very important command, grep. And then we can specify the keyword to match. The keyword, we can get it from here, and then we can paste in here. Now we can followed by the file, what we want to look for. Okay, so now we can hit enter, and then we can get the line which contains the password, and this password is next to the keyword. Okay, however, maybe you want to extract the exact the later part from this line, and then we can use another operator, pipe operator. And also, the pipe operator allow us to run several commands one by one. And the output of the first or previous command will be the input for the next or afterwards command. Okay? And in this case, how to extract this part or this field, we can use AWK, or we can, maybe AWK is better than cut. Or maybe sometimes we can use a cut, but a cut is not, because here we do not know how many spaces between each two columns or two fields. Maybe for me, I'd like to use AWK, and in some cases we need to use the F option, uppercase F option, to specify the field separator. For example, like the comma or the column, something like that. Oh, sorry, the column. Okay, but in this case is a space, and by default, AWK can separate by a space. So we do not need to explicitly specify the F option. Okay, now we want to print out the second column or second field. And 2 is the index for this field. We need to use the dollar. This means the variable, and this variable, $2 means or stands for this variable. Okay, and now we can, use the curly brackets to close up, and also the single quote. Okay, so now we can press enter. So now we just retrieve the password itself, and this word is not included. So I think that's pretty much it in this video. See you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.